Sustainable weight loss is seemingly this elusive fairy tale ending that is gifted to just a few people. But if you give me 30 seconds of your time, I want to explain why that is simply not the case and how there can be a permanent shift in body composition, which is absolutely attainable and simply not that difficult. You're still with me? That is great. Okay, here's the analogy. Imagine if I gave you a golf club. Does that make you good at golf? What if I gifted you a piano? Does that make you a pianist? No, maybe you get a lucky shot with your golf, or maybe you can put a random tune together that's not too bad, but you haven't become proficient in the art, right? That's because I gave you a product. I didn't give you the skill. I gave you the product. So when we're looking at changing our body composition, losing weight, whatever that might be, the industry is selling us products, and I've got no dog in that fight. There's nothing wrong with the products. I mean, but they're selling you supplements and diets, and they're selling you the product, but they're not backing it up with the skill, right? I offer guided masterclasses in body composition. Okay, I offer the coaching because weight loss, body composition shifting is a skill to be mastered, and it is fascinating. I also offer the information in a progression that is rarely seen. Now, this is super important. There's platforms like this and podcasts and things. We have so much information at our fingertips. It's fabulous. I mean, we used to have to wait for books to come out, and I used to study on microfiche and stuff like that. But now we have these experts and professors and scholars that we have access to. We can even ask them questions. It's amazing the information that we have access to. However, sometimes, although the information might be great, we have to know where to put it. So you might go to my YouTube or podcast and there's a great piece of information and you're like, oh my gosh, this is bedazzly, golden, blingy. This is fantastic. What do I do with it? And there's nothing wrong with the information, but there was no progression. It's a little bit like a random jigsaw piece. What do you do with it? Where do you put it? It has to have a place. That is what I offer in my guided masterclasses in body composition. If you're not good at golf, do you blame the golf club? If you can't play the piano, do you blame the piano if you didn't take lessons? No, the suggestion would be just practice more, take some lessons, practice more, take some lessons, make mistakes, and you'll get there eventually. It's the same thing. We're just not taught it. We've never been taught it. We weren't taught about body composition or nutrition at school. We weren't taught about it at colleges. Our doctors aren't taught about it. And then we're thrown into the weight loss industry, which I'm not hating on the weight loss industry, but they sell products. They don't sell the skill. I invite you to click the link for a longer webinar where I really want to explain this information, this skill set that I'm offering in my coaching. No obligation, click it, it's free. Why wouldn't you? See if I align with you, see if I'm somebody that you would like to work with. But here lies what I'm trying to say is sometimes it's the obstacle, right? You have this obstacle that you can't see your way around. But we know the sweet life is the other side of this obstacle. I mean, we've all had obstacles in our life, and for most of the time, that the obstacles that we face are not optional. We have to deal with them. So we deal with them, and we get to the other side of them, and life is better. This is the same, except for when body composition and weight loss, it's somewhat optional, and we don't have to take it on. But I promise you, if you do, for one, it's fascinating. It's completely intriguing. But once we get to the other side of it, life is so much better. I mean, let me offer you let's create the goals. Let me give you the strategy. Let me give you the path that you can see, not just hope, not just dream, just maybe, but actually see the clear path to what is probable in the future. That is what I do. I mean, I get passionate and I get so... I'm pushing a little bit hard on this because I only offer these programs twice a year. I toy with the idea of doing self-study programs, but the reality is most people don't finish self-study programs. So these programs only come around once or twice a year. So I really encourage you to click the link. There's nothing to be lost from doing that. Just hearing a bit more of me. But the opportunity lies in the obstacle that you're seeing right now. Master the skill and get to the other side, and life can be sweet. That's what I have to offer. Click the link. Webinar link is there. Let me expand on all this. And if I'm a fit for you, if my coaching is a fit for you, I really look forward to working with you. I mean, 80% of my clients come back and work with me over and over again, and all of them refer me to their friends and family members.